She woke up in a daze. A pen was stuffed into her hand, and the contract unfolded before her eyes. Shi, as long as you sign your name, Daddy's shares will be yours. She subconsciously prepared to sign her name, but when she heard this, she snapped back to her senses. Huh? In front of her was a spacious and bright living room. Beside her was a strange couple, and beside them were three outstanding-looking men. Shi's mother was gentle and elegant. Shi, even if our biological daughter returns home, you will still be the little princess of the Shi family. You deserve these shares. Wasn't she hit by a car? Why wasn't she in the hospital? Furthermore, why did this scene look so similar to the content of a novel that she had read before? The female lead, Ningyu, was the real daughter that the Shi family had left behind. She was poor in her studies and often fought. She was unruly and was scolded every day. After she was taken back by the Shi family, Ningyu was targeted by the fake daughter, Shi. Ningyu was the top student in class, great in business, and also great in driving. As for the fake daughter of the Shi family, she was originally a second-rate flower in the entertainment industry. She had always walked the path of a pure and rich daughter. Ever since she provoked the female lead, her life soon collapsed. In the end, she was blacklisted by the entire internet. The shares of the Shi family were taken away by Ningyu. She even implicated her three brothers and ruined their reputation. On the other hand, she was abused by the female lead and turned into dregs. She was thrown into the river to be fed to the fish. Thinking of the ending of the fake daughter, she felt her heart ache. She didn't want to be fed to the fish. I won't sign it. She put down her pen and said righteously, this should be Ningyu's shares. Money was a good thing, but one had to be alive to spend it. At this moment, Shi's parents only felt that Shi was sensible and gentle. Shi's mother gently advised, don't worry, we will compensate her. You deserve this. Father Shi also said, the Shi family is a big family with big business. Don't tell me we can't afford to raise a little girl like you? Quickly sign it. However, no matter how father and mother Shi tried to persuade her, she refused to sign. The doorbell rang, and Uncle Wang entered with a young girl. The young girl's skin was slightly cold and white. Her thin lips were tightly pursed, and her eyes were as cold as ice. Her gaze swept across the Shi family's living room. She did not see any joy from her relatives, as if she were just looking at a stranger who was unrelated to her. The living room instantly fell silent. Hello. Ma, my name is Shi. Under the pressure, Shi was the first to break the silence. Ningyu looked at the nervous Shi. Mother Shi patted Shi's hand and said to Ningyu unhappily, in the future, when you are in the Shi family, you must give way to your younger sister and not bully her. Do you understand? Shi's pupils trembled. How do you know that I'm the younger sister if you're brought home the wrong child? No! Auntie, don't draw hatred towards me. I can't afford to offend the female lead. Ningyu looked up, her ice-cold eyes filled with amusement. You want me to give in to others on my first day back home? She saw that her mother still wanted to say something, so she hurriedly stopped her. Bring sister to her room to have a look first. Shi's mother said with relief, little she is still sensible. Shi felt stifled. I'm not sensible, I'm afraid of death. Shi's mother said to Ningyu, learn from your sister. Auntie, please stop talking. I don't want to be thrown into the river to feed the fish. Shi's mother and Shi brought Ningyu upstairs and walked to the innermost spacious room. This is your room. The decorations and furniture are all new, Shi said. Ningyu took a look and asked, where is Shi's room? Shi paused. Why are you asking that? Ningyu chuklet. Nothing, I'm just curious. Shi, who was standing at the side, instantly recalled that the Shi family had originally wanted to give Ningyu the big bedroom next to Shi's, but Shi did not agree and insisted on changing the big bedroom into her own cloakroom. It could be said that in the entire building, Shi's room was the largest. Coming down from upstairs, Shi felt that she could not go against Ningyu. According to the plot of the original novel, there would be a family recognition banquet after that. Ningyu would be in the limelight at the banquet, while Shi would become the laughingstock of Feng City. Shi did not want to die, nor did she want to become the laughingstock. Sitting on the sofa, Father Shi walked over again. Shi, this is my share transfer certificate. Hurry up and sign it. From now on, my shares will all be yours. Shi did not dare to move. Was this a share transfer certificate? This was a death warrant. After signing it, she would be thrown straight into the river to feed the fish. A thought flashed through Shi's mind. Father, I want to go to Longquan village. Longquan village was the village where the female protagonist lived. It was backward and underdeveloped. Shi's biological parents were still in Longquan village. Father Shi disagreed. You're our Shi family's little princess. Why are you going to that shabby place? Sure, she said, Ningyu is your biological daughter. Now that she's back home, I should go and visit my biological parents. While she was at it, she wanted to hide from the aura of the heroine. Father Sure lamented, little she has grown up. You are becoming more and more sensible. Sure, she had a heart attack. An insensible daughter would be thrown into the river to feed the fish. Although Father Sure was reluctant to let his daughter suffer, he was very pleased that Shirshi was so sensible, so he asked Uncle Wang to send Shirshi to Longquan village. Uncle Wang was the one who picked up Ningyu, so he just happened to know the way. Shirshi simply packed up her things and said that she was going to live in Longquan village for 2 days. In fact, Shirshi thought that it was best to live until the university started, and she would live in the university directly. To stay away from the heroine. The car drove to the suburbs, gradually leaving the city. Shirshi's mood gradually brightened. She had a car accident in the original world, so she should have been dead already. Now in this world, she would enjoy life well. As long as she was a little more stable and did not compete with the female lead, she would definitely live a long life. Shirshi's eyes were filled with a smile. She felt that her decision to distance herself from the female lead was absolutely correct. This was simply like a heavy mountain and a heavy river that had no way out. The willows were bright and the flowers were bright. Bang! Just as Shirshi wanted to experience a happy holiday, the car suddenly braked. Shirshi sat in the back seat of the car and knocked her head on the front seat. Uncle Wang, why did you suddenly stop? Shirshi rubbed her forehead. Uncle Wang, there's someone in the middle of the road. I'll get out and take a look. Shirshi looked out the window. They were already on the mountain. Who would be scamming them here? He was quite dedicated. When Shirshi got out of the car, he saw a man lying in the middle of the road. His nose was stiff and his thin lips were tightly pursed. Just the side profile of his face was incomparably handsome. Uncle Wang said in surprise, this is the young master of the Xie family, Xie Yunzhou. Shirshi widened her eyes. Who is it? Uncle Wang said, Xie Yunzhou. Xie Yunzhou, the eldest young master of the Xie family, the biggest villain in the book. His personality was gloomy and unpredictable. He had always targeted the male lead, and in the end, he ended up being alone for the rest of his life. Shirshi wanted to cry. In the novel, Xie Yunzhou was the one who had people throw her into the river to feed the fish. The mountains were heavy and the waters were heavy, but there was no way out. In the end, there was a way to send her to the netherworld. She wanted to avoid the female lead, but why did she end up meeting the big villain? Uncle Wang looked at Shirshi and asked, Miss, what should we do? Shirshi looked at the cliff and calmly said, throw him down. Throwing the big villain down the cliff to feed the wolves now was better than her getting thrown into the river to feed the fish in the future. Uncle Wang said hesitantly, that's not very good, is it? Shirshi said expressionlessly, if you know it's not very good, then why don't you help him into the car? Miss, your cold joke isn't very funny. Shirshi really wanted to throw Xie Yunzhou off the cliff once and for all. But this person had appeared in front of her in real life, so Shirshi couldn't do it. Uncle Wang helped him into the car and asked, Miss, then should I turn around and go back to the city? Send young Master Xie to the hospital? Shirshi did not want to return to Feng City at all. Why should she go back? Was she looking for death? Shirshi had a flash of inspiration again and said, continue to go to Longquan village. My parents run a clinic. Ningyu was a godly doctor, and the Ning family ran a clinic. Their medical skills should not be bad either. Moreover, Xie Yunzhou was the villain, and the scourge had been lingering for thousands of years. It was impossible for him to die so easily. Shirshi's idea was very perfect. Uncle Wang also thought that they had already traveled more than half of the way. Now that they were back in the city, they would send the young lady back, straight to Longquan village. Lightning flashed and thunder rumbled outside the house. Xie Yunzhou felt waves of pain in his chest, and he immediately woke up from the pain. Everything before his eyes was white, but there was also a hint of tattered. The middle-aged man who looked like a doctor said, it seems like his ribs are broken. Besides the doctor stood a beautiful girl. Her eyes were exquisite, and her black pupils were as bright as the stars. The beautiful girl said unhappily, don't look like it. Are they really broken? Can he still live? Don't worry, he won't die. The middle-aged man paused and suggested, why don't we send him to the town tomorrow and film him? The pretty girl met Xie Yunzhou's opened eyes and said dejectedly, he seems to have woken up. Xie Yunzhou was puzzled. Why was she so upset because he had woken up? The middle-aged man pressed on Xie Yunzhou's ribs. Does it hurt? Xie Yunzhou gritted his teeth. It hurts. Quack doctor, stop pressing. He was woken up by the pain. Shirshi held onto the middle-aged man's hand. Dad, stop pressing. I think he's in a lot of pain. If he pressed a few more times, he might really send him away. This middle-aged man was Shirshi's father, the Ancon Clinic's doctor, Ning Baoda. Ning Baoda retracted his hand and said, "It's fine. It's just a broken bone. It didn't hurt his lungs." Sure, she was very doubtful of her father's medical skills. However, Ningyu was a godly doctor. Father Ning's medical skills should probably not be bad, right? Ning Baoda turned to Shirshi and said, "About that, Xiaoxi, let's go eat." When Shirshi had just arrived at the clinic, Father Ning and Mother Ning were shocked. They did not expect Shirshi to return after Ningyu had left. Shirshi was the eldest daughter of the Shi family. What surprised them even more was that Shirshi had brought a patient back. Ning Baoda placed the patient on the bed in the infusion room and only heaved a sigh of relief after confirming that he was all right. At this moment, Ningyu's mother had already prepared a table full of dishes to serve Shirshi. Shirshi looked at the weak Xieyunzhou and asked, "Are you hungry?" Xieyunzhou was in pain and weak, unable to speak. Ning Baoda said, "He can't eat. Just send him a bowl of porridge later." Only then did Shirshi leave with relief. The door closed, and Xieyunzhou was the only one left in the infusion room. After all, it was a small clinic in the village. There were not many patients, and the infusion people would not come at night. Because of Shirshi's arrival, Mother Ning also killed a chicken and made a chicken stew with mushrooms for Shirshi. All the panic that Shirshi felt after reading through the book was calmed down by this meal. "Xiaoxi, after we eat, I'll tidy up Ningyu's room and let you sleep," said Mother Ning. Shirshi almost crushed the chicken's bones. She hurriedly said, No, I'll sleep in the guest room." How would she dare to sleep in the female lead's room? Mother Ning looked troubled. But there are no more empty rooms at home. Shirshi thought for a moment and said, "I'll sleep in the infusion room." There was a separate infusion room in the clinic. There were a few beds in there. Usually, the person who received the infusion would lie down to rest. Mother Ning was even more troubled. She looked at Ning Baoda. As the head of the family, Ning Baoda said decisively, "We'll sleep in the infusion room. Later, we'll get a new blanket for Xiaoxi." "Sure," Mother Ning said. Shirshi's eyes were curved. "Thank you. I'll go and bring food to Xieyunzhou." Both Father and Mother Ning were simple and kind people. It was very easy for Shirshi to get along with them. When she thought of the big-shot villain that she had to face, Shirshi's footsteps became heavy again. Xieyunzhou was lying on the bed, not understanding why he was here. Where was this place? How did he meet that spoiled little princess of the Shi family? Just as he was puzzled, the door of the infusion room was opened again. Shirshi came in with a bowl in her hand. "It's time to eat." It was as if she was here to deliver prison food. Where is this place? Why am I here? Xieyunzhou looked around. This place did not look like a hospital. Instead, it looked like some kind of black-hearted clinic. Shirshi explained, "This is a small clinic in Longquan village. When I was on my way home, I met you on the way and brought you here." Xieyunzhou suddenly recalled that someone had gossiped about Shirshi. Shirshi was not the biological daughter of the Shi family. Her parents were actually from the countryside. Shirshi placed the bowl on the table and took out her phone to pass it to him. She said, "I think your phone is missing. You can use mine to make a call first." Xieyunzhou held her pink phone and was at a loss. "Thank you." Then, he called his assistant and asked him to pick him up the next day. This time, he really had to thank Shirshi. Shirshi said, "It's fine. Have some porridge." Xieyunzhou endured the pain and said weakly, "I don't have the strength." Shirshi said in surprise, "You're not going to die soon, are you?" He seemed to see the surprise on Shirshi's face. Xieyunzhou thought about it for a moment. He did not have much contact with the Shi family and knew a few of Shirshi's older brothers, but he definitely did not have any bad blood with them. Shirshi didn't like him? It made sense. Shirshi was the little princess of the Shi family in Feng City. She had always been held in the palm of others, so how could she treat others kindly? Xieyunzhou said calmly, "Tomorrow morning, my assistant will come to pick me up." It was already night, and the road to Longquan village was steep. It was still raining outside, so he wasn't that picky. Shirshi heard his weak tone, but he was still 1,000 miles away from death. So she said, "Let's talk about tomorrow's matter tomorrow. Drink the porridge first." Xieyunzhou half sat up. From his arm to his chest, it was painful. Shirshi sat by the bed, scooped up a spoonful of porridge, and fed it to his mouth. Xieyunzhou was slightly surprised. He could sense that Shirshi did not like him, but why was she still feeding him porridge? Shirshi urged, "Hurry up and eat. I put some sugar in it. It won't taste good once it's cold." Xieyunzhou suspected that she had poisoned the bowl. However, he had no enmity with Shirshi in the distant past. If Shirshi really wanted to harm him, she would not have sent him to the clinic. The girl fed him the porridge seriously. There was not a trace of impurity in her sparkling black eyes. It seemed that the rumors of Shirshi being arrogant and unruly weren't true. Xieyunzhou pursed his lips and lowered his head to drink the porridge. After drinking a bowl of porridge, he felt that he had some strength left. After she fed him the porridge, she left. After a while, the door to the infusion room was pushed open. She hugged a pillow while Mother Ning came in with a new blanket. When he saw that she had made up the bed, Xiaoyunzhou was slightly surprised. You want to sleep here? She had already showered and was wearing a nightgown. She sat by the bed and said, yes, this is like a hospital ward. What's the big deal about sleeping together? It's not like we're sleeping on the same bed. Could it be that she had to sleep in the female protagonist's room? Xiaoyunzhou could not refute her. He had been saved by Shi and was still living under someone else's roof. How could he refute her? Shi was also in despair. Why didn't she sleep in the Shi family's super large bedroom and instead came here to sleep in the infusion room? Because the female protagonist was in the Shi family. Now that she thought about it, she had gone back to the countryside to hide from the female protagonist. In the end, she had met the big villain and even had to sleep in the same room as the big villain. Sure enough, avoiding the problem would not solve it. It would only cause her to encounter more troublesome problems. After Mother Ning left, Xiaoyunzhou lay on the bed. He could still smell the faint fragrance in the infusion room. Xiaoyunzhou could not fall asleep. He struggled to get up. She looked at him. What are you doing? I'm going to the washroom. Xiaoyunzhou struggled to get out of bed. She pointed at him and said, the washroom is on the left side of the stairs. Xiaoyunzhou struggled to get out of bed. Every time he moved, there was a bone-piercing pain. She could not stand it anymore. She walked over to help him out of bed and asked, do you want me to help you over? No need. As she got closer, Xiaoyunzhou could smell the girl's fragrance and the softness of her body. Seeing that he could still walk, she let him be. Xiaoyunzhou walked out of the infusion room and went to find the washroom. When he walked to a room, Xiaoyunzhou heard the conversation inside. Mother Ning said regretfully, I really didn't expect that these two children would be mixed up. Father Ning comforted her, it's not your fault. These two children aren't ours, so we can't tell them apart. However, these two children aren't bad. Just treat them as if we have two daughters in the future. Mother Ning sighed. I don't know if Xiaoxi is used to living here. Do you think she was bullied by the Shi family and that's why she came here? The Shi family is rich and powerful, so Xiaoxi won't be hungry. Father Ning was sleepy. Don't think so much. Hurry up and sleep. Hearing Father Ning's words, Mother Ning was still nagging. I don't know which god gave birth to a child and didn't raise it. How good is this child? She's so beautiful and filial. All right. If they don't want her, we want her. We'll raise her. The room fell into silence. Xiaoyunzhou listened to the entire conversation outside and furrowed his brows. Sure she wasn't the child of the Ning family's parents? After returning from the bathroom, Xiaoyunzhou entered the infusion room and saw Shi playing with her phone. Were you bullied at the Shi family's house? Xiaoyunzhou asked. Shi looked up in surprise. No. Xiaoyunzhou continued to ask, then why did you come here? She was suddenly taken aback by the great villain's concern. Isn't it a holiday? I'm for a few days. What's wrong? Xiaoyunzhou recalled the concern of the couple and felt that their worries were unnecessary. How did the Shi family find out that you're not their biological daughter? Xiaoyunzhou's curiosity was piqued. She thought for a moment and said, I fainted on the set and was admitted to the hospital. My brother found out that my blood type did not match my parents', the Shi family's parents' blood type. They went to do a paternity test and discovered that I was not their biological daughter. After that, my father found the hospital where I was born and found Ningyu. They did a paternity test with Ningyu and discovered that Ningyu was their daughter. Xiaoyunzhou went to bed. Then did you not do a paternity test with this pair of parents? She looked at him as if she was looking at an idiot. There were only 2 girls born that day. If I'm not the Shi parents' child, then of course I'm the Ning parents' child. Xiaoyunzhou saw this expression and thought to himself, you're the idiot. However, from the looks of it, she still did not know that she was abandoned. It's nothing. Xiaoyunzhou lay on the bed and said calmly, go to sleep. She did not make this villain angry just now, did she? She silently turned off her phone and pulled the blanket over her head to hide under the blanket. Xiaoyunzhou saw her movements and pressed down the corner of his lips. He had long noticed that she seemed to be a little afraid of him. Why? The next morning, the ringtone of Shi's phone woke up the 2 people in the room. Xiaoyunzhou was injured and in pain yesterday, and he slept in the same room as Shi. He only fell asleep in the middle of the night and was sleepy at this time. When he opened his eyes, he saw the girl covering her head with the quilt, trying to make her sleep undisturbed in a way that she could not hear the alarm clock.